With his legendary charm and timeless humor, Dick Van Dyke didn't just earn Emmys, Grammys, and a shelf full of awards. He earned the title of a true family man. He raised his kids close to his heart, and in each one went on to make their own mark. So, if you missed out on his children, let's dive into their lives and see what they've accomplished so far. Dick Van Dyke's life has been just as heartwarming as it has been full of talent. Born in 1925, he charmed his way into everyone's hearts with his humor, sincerity, and timeless performances. From the Dick Van Dyke Show to classics like Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he became a beloved name in homes around the world, always lighting up the screen with joy. His personal journey, though, had its tough moments. He was married to Margie Willett for over 35 years, and they had 4 kids together. Their relationship went through a lot, especially during Dick's struggle with which he later overcame. Even after their divorce, he always spoke of her kindly. He later found love again with Michelle Triola Marvin, and after her passing, he married Arlene Silver in 2012. A sweet, late-in-life love story that brought him new joy. Dick has always been close with his kids, especially Barry, who followed his dad into showbiz. They have worked together on projects, and their bond is heartwarming. Before we take a look at the lives of Dick's children, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Number 4. Christian Van Dyke. Christian Van Dyke, born in 1950, is the eldest son of the legendary Dick Van Dyke and his first wife, Margie Willett. Growing up in a home where fame constantly knocked at the door wasn't exactly ordinary. As Dick's star rose in the 50s and 60s, the family bounced between cities, trying to keep things grounded while navigating the unpredictable world of show business. Christian grew up in a world full of bright lights, a well-known family name, and a dad who was always busy working. While the world saw Dick as charming and cheerful at home, he battled workaholism and, later on, alcoholism. Christian had a small appearance on the Dick Van Dyke Show when he was a child, but it was clear that acting wasn't for him. He was more serious, thoughtful, and interested in helping others. Instead of following his dad into show business, Christian focused on his studies. After graduating from Occidental College, he earned a law degree from Arizona State University and chose a career rooted in public service and justice. During the 1970s and early 80s, Christian built a strong reputation in Oregon's legal system. He served as a deputy district attorney and eventually became the district attorney for Marion County. People respected him for being calm, honest, and fair. While his dad performed on stage or screen, Christian was busy helping people in real-life courtrooms, dealing with important and sometimes painful cases involving crime and justice. Christian Van Dyke eventually built a life and family of his own. He married Caroline A. Heller, and together they had 3 children. One of them was Jessica Van Dyke, born in 1974. Jessica was known for her bright smile and sweet, gentle nature. But sadly, in 1987, when she was just 13, she came down with chickenpox. Like many parents at the time, her family gave her aspirin to help with the fever, not knowing it could be dangerous. Tragically, the aspirin triggered Ray's syndrome, a rare but deadly illness, and Jessica passed away suddenly. It was a heartbreaking loss that shook the entire family. After Jessica's death, Christian and his father, Dick, worked together to raise awareness about Ray's syndrome. They didn't launch a flashy campaign or call for headlines. They just wanted to make sure other families didn't suffer the same pain, encouraging parents not to give aspirin to kids with viral illnesses. Over time, Christian shifted away from public legal work and found his place in the business world. He joined big-name companies like Nike and Patagonia, eventually becoming vice president of branding and marketing at Patagonia. There, he helped shape the brand into more than just outdoor gear. It became a company known for caring about the planet and doing good. Later, he supported a smaller, eco-friendly brand called Now, staying true to his love for purpose-driven work. Outside the office, Christian found peace in the outdoors, sailing, surfing, and living life with meaning. Through all the ups and downs, Christian remained close to his dad. When Dick Van Dyke, in his late 80s, married Arlene Silver, a woman much younger, Christian was unsure at first, but seeing how happy she made his father, he gave his full support. Because at the end of the day, for Christian, family always comes first. Number 3. Barry Van Dyke. Barry Van Dyke, born on July 31st, 1951 in Atlanta, Georgia, Georgia, is the second child of legendary actor Dick Van Dyke and his first wife, Margie Willett. Growing up in a home full of lights, cameras, and scripts, you'd think Barry was destined to chase fame from day one, but that wasn't the case. But his dad always told Barry to enjoy being a kid first and not rush into acting. That advice stuck with Barry, and it helped him grow up grounded, despite being part of a famous family. When Barry finally decided to join the entertainment world, he didn't take any shortcuts. He started behind the scenes, working as a gopher and production assistant on the new Dick Van Dyke Show. It wasn't glamorous, but it taught him how the business really worked, and he gained a deep respect for all the people behind the camera. Soon, Barry found his way in front of it too. He landed roles in popular shows like Galactica 1980, Mork and Mindy, The Dukes of Hazzard, and Remington Steele. He wasn't chasing the spotlight, he just genuinely enjoyed acting and wanted to do it well. In 1988, Barry and his dad teamed up for The Van Dyke Show, a short-lived sitcom that gave fans a sweet glimpse into their real-life father-son bond. But it was just the beginning. In 1993, they hit gold with Diagnosis. Barry played Detective Steve Sloan, and Dick played his on-screen dad, Dr. Mark Sloan. Their chemistry was natural and heartwarming because it came from real love and respect. Barry even wrote and directed several episodes, turning the series into a true family project. What really stands out about Barry is how he embraced his father's legacy without ever being overshadowed by it. He's always said his dad led by example, staying humble, kind, and funny through everything. Their relationship has always been about more than just working together. It's built on trust, friendship, and deep family love. Off-screen, Barry built a beautiful life with his high school sweetheart, Mary Carrie. The two married in 1974 and had 4 children, Carrie, Shane, Wes, and Taryn. In classic Van Dyke style, all of them even made small appearances on Diagnosis, keeping that family feeling alive on set. Barry had his quiet hero moments too, like the time he rescued a drowning swimmer during a trip to Baja, Mexico. No headlines, no cameras, just courage and heart. He's also a passionate motorcyclist and a strong supporter of rider safety. These days, Barry enjoys a quieter life, choosing family over fame. With a net worth of around $6 million, he's done more than fine, but even more than success, Barry Van Dyke is admired for living with kindness, calm, and integrity. Number 2. Stacy Van Dyke. Stacy Van Dyke, born around 1955, is the only daughter of legendary entertainer Dick Van Dyke and his first wife, Margie Willett. From the start, Stacy naturally found herself drawn to the art. She especially loved singing and performing in school plays, discovering early on that the stage brought her real joy. But her father always encouraged his children to follow their own path, and for Stacy, that meant embracing acting and music quietly in her own way. In the early 1970s, she made a small appearance on the new Dick Van Dyke Show and later returned to TV alongside her dad in Diagnosis, including a heartfelt role in the 2002 TV movie Town Without Pity. The scenes they shared on screen carried an extra warmth thanks to their real-life bond. Still, Stacy kept a low profile. She loved performing but never felt the need to stay in the spotlight. In 1979, she married musician Mike Breen, and for a while they performed together, blending their creative passion. After their divorce in the early 80s, Stacy gradually stepped away from public life to focus on her personal well-being. Those who know her describe her as kind, artistic, and deeply thoughtful. She's faced her share of personal challenges, especially regarding mental health, and while she's always been private, she quietly supported awareness in small but heartfelt ways. One of the most difficult times in her life came with the passing of her mother, Margie Willett, in 2008 from pancreatic cancer. The loss deeply impacted the entire Van Dyke family, but it hit Stacy especially hard. Through it all, she's remained close to her father, leaning on the love and quiet strength they've always shared. Number 1. Carrie Beth Van Dyke. Born in 1961, Carrie Beth Van Dyke is the youngest daughter of legendary entertainer Dick Van Dyke and his first wife, Margie Willett. She was the last of her sibling to appear in a couple of episodes of the new Dick Van Dyke Show, once as a Girl Scout and another time playing a character named Carrie Preston. But while her brother Barry dove deep into acting, Carrie took a different route. She preferred a quieter, more private life away from the Hollywood scene. In 1983, Carrie married actor and musician Kevin McNally, not the British actor, but someone she met while working at the Windmill Dinner Theater in Scottsdale, Arizona. They shared a love for performing, and that connection quickly grew into something special. Together, they built a peaceful, grounded life focused on raising their two children, far away from the glitz and buzz of showbiz. Carrie has always had a close and loving relationship with her dad. Even though she didn't choose the spotlight like he did, their bond stayed strong. When Dick Van Dyke married Arlene Silver in 2012, Carrie welcomed her stepmother with warmth and open arms. Today, Carrie keeps things simple and low-key. So yeah, fame might run in the Van Dyke family, but what truly matters to them is love, loyalty, and that unbreakable bond they all share. With Dick's steady support behind them, each of his kids found their own unique path and identity. And honestly, that kind of family story is pretty close to perfection. That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, which I'm pretty sure you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.